welcome back to the channel. So I have been receiving a bunch of requests on doing a walkthrough of my 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500. You know, the modifications that I've done to it in the last few years, and possible you know, upgrades in the future as well. So this goes out to you that are, you know, wanting me to do a walkthrough, and yeah, let's just get to it. So my Chevy Silverado has a total of 15 inches worth of lift, and that consists of a Cognito 10 to 12 inch suspension lift kit, cranked up to 12, and a Performance Accessories 3-inch body lift. So I also decided to do the lift springs, the Deaver lift springs. Instead of doing a you know, one of them like 8 or 10 inch blocks, this has a 3-inch block on it, 3.5-inch block, to give you a little bit of extra for leveling. And the front has got the drop brackets, of course, and these Fox Reservoir shocks. So originally I had a 7-inch FTS lift kit, and it came with these strut extensions. They were kind of cheeseball and kind of sketchy, you know. So I decided to go and do it the right way and just get the correct struts for them. And I gotta tell you that these Fox shocks are amazing. These are the ones that are totally adjustable, and so far I have not had any issues with them. On the washboard type surfaces, you could blare over them, and it's like driving a Cadillac. You go just smooth over it. So if you're gonna do a suspension lift, skip the spacers. Get the right shocks to fit it. You won't regret it. So I opted to do the Cognito control arms as well. They come out just a little bit, give it a little bit of clearance. It also looks pretty sexy too. So the other things that I've done to my Silverado is added airbags to it. Now I tow a 22-foot trailer, and you know, the sag was about 2 inches, so it kind of had that lean, that gangster lean. So these are the Airlift 5000 airbags. And I added this for leveling, so when it sags down way too much there, you know, just put a little bit of air in there, and it kind of levels it out. That airlift deal here, I fill it up with a Schrader valve right here instead of putting on a motor. And I have a small little handheld pump that works just fine. So instead of spending the extra $500 for the pump, I decided a Schrader valve would be just fine. So in the back as well, if you take a look back here, did the AFE power cover there, a little bit more capacity, oil capacity there, and I got a big old cannon back here. Now this is not a diesel pickup truck. It's often confused as a diesel because you know, I had it dumped like this. This sucker is a 6-inch 6 by 15, I think, and the inlet is 4 inches. So I have a 4-inch adapter welded on there. I welded that sucker on there to get this to fit. Now I might change this out. The black here is great and all, but originally this was matte black, but I've had to paint it like maybe half a dozen times already. So I just might change it out and do chrome next time around. So in the back I've got 2.0 Fox shocks here for the rears. These are made for the lift. These are about for 10 inches plus, and these work great as well. And I've got some wheel ring lights that I added on recently. I got them on the front and in the rear, and also I got that backup alarm. It's a project I did a little bit earlier as well. And I've got like rock lights all the way around the vehicle. So I have a total of 20 rock lights. And I got three per fender well, and one extra that points down there on the rear axle. Now the wheels are 37 by 13.5 20 BFGs. These are the mud terrain tires on some MO970s, Moto Metal. These are pretty neat wheels. I mean, they're not really flashy, but you know, they look good, look great. They've been good to me. I haven't had any issues with them. I intend to upgrade to a larger rim. I was kind of thinking a 24 by 14 wheel on 40 by 15.5 24. So that's kind of like the next big purchase there, but that's a little bit down the road. I'll let these things wear down completely, and so far these BFGs have held out. I mean, they're really good. They don't wear quickly like the amp mudders that I had on these originally. They went pretty quick. I even had Pro-Crump Extreme 2s on this before the BFGs, and even the Pro-Comps wore down pretty quick. But these BFGs, man, I mean, like they still look good. A lot of meat on them after having them on for, you know, almost a year. So I also have these traction bars here. These are rough country traction bars. And at first I was thinking like, well, this is a pretty tall lift. I don't know if it's going to be able to work out, you know, if it's going to be a problem because of the height. But after measuring everything out, it works perfectly fine. And it does keep the tires on the road and way more stable than what it was before I had these put on. So these are rough country track bars. So up in the front, I've got a K&N cold air intake, and I also have my my compressor and tank there for my Viair train horn, and those are located down here somewhere over the rainbow. It's actually underneath. Let me show you what that looks like. Made a video on that, but I changed the location so now they're pointing downwards, which is pretty awesome. So that's where they are now, where they're mounted, and they are loud as hell. So I also updated the head unit. What I used to have was a Pioneer NEX series head unit, and that thing just kind of died on me. It didn't want to turn on. So what I did was ordered a new head unit off of Crutchfield. The brand is Boss, and what I did was I did a video on it showing the install, and that was kind of fun. It can be complicated if you don't have an understanding of how the wiring works and all that, but tech support was really helpful. I have a video on that, and since then I haven't had any issues with it not turning on or anything like that. I also did a video on installing two subs for the rear seats back here. Two Rockford Fosgate 12-inch subs into a pre-made box that I purchased locally here in Mesa. And to get into the truck, I've got the amp steps here. Now these amp steps don't sit flush underneath the cab here because I have a body lift, but I've got these 3-inch extensions here that bring it down to a comfortable level to where, you know, I can get in, my wife can get in. And although they don't sit up flush here, it does still look pretty good, considering. So I had the amp steps. Didn't have a video made of that, but I mean, it still looks pretty neat. Even though if, you know, it doesn't sit flush, it still looks pretty tight. It's kind of like having those fixed floorboards, you know, on a lot of the stock vehicles. So not bad at all. Just waiting for someone to make one for a body lift, and I'll probably upgrade that. So I also upgraded the gears in my truck. Originally they had 373 gears in them, and because of the larger tires, you know, I figured I need to go a little bit lower into gearing because I could tell that it was straining. So I went ahead and ordered some 456 gears and did a video on that and how to install them. It was pretty labor intensive, but you know, in the end, the result was my truck has much better torque, has no problem off the line. And when it comes to like when I'm towing stuff or just driving around, you know, I feel like it drives like stock. So I decided to upgrade the headers as well. I decided to go with these Flowtech headers. These are pretty easy to install. These are the shorty headers. As you can see here, much better as far as construction is. You can tell that you get a little bit more airflow, especially down where the collector is at. It bolted up really nicely with the factory Y pipe. A little bit later, I upgraded the Y pipe. So and that was kind of tough because I was trying to find something that was carb compliant, and these MagnaFlow Y pipes fit the bill. So they bolted up pretty nice. It was easy to install and connected to the intermediate pipe with no problems. Down the road, I went from a stock exhaust to a Flowmaster 10, then went to a straight pipe, and now I've got these RBP exhaust, and it sounds really nice deep tone. So the exhaust system, you know, went through an entire overhaul. Okay, gang, well, that's going to wrap up another video. Thanks for checking out the walkthrough of my 2015 Chevy Silverado. If you guys have any questions or any comments, leave them in the comment section. And I just want to say thank you to all of you, who have watched my videos here the last 2 to 3 years. Now, I didn't really start taking it seriously until about 1.5 years ago, so I've put out, a few videos here or there. But it all started about 7 or 8 years ago when I installed some S&S 583 cams in my 2010 Fat Boy, and did a before and after, how it sounds, the sound of before and after. And since then, 7-8 years later, it's got 250,000 views. And I said, well, shoot, maybe I should put out more content. So thanks to you guys checking out the channel, liking and subscribing and giving a thumbs up to my videos there. It motivates me to put out more stuff. So again, thank you guys for your support and all that. So I'll have a few more things coming up. And yeah, this is your Hawaiian Brocaning. See you next time. Aloha. Thank you.